why do those limitations and requirements and regulations exist? They exist to protect Texas families, their property, and the natural environment.
The TCEQ can't say they haven't been warned about garbage companies breaking the rules and getting away with it more than once. It's time to seriously ask these guys, who are they really protecting?
To learn more about Green Group Holdings, please visit www.greengroupholdings.com.
Take the Georgia garbage company Green Group. They broke what should be a cardinal rule when they tried to get state approval for a giant garbage dump in Waller County, 17 stories tall, and another dump here along 130, next to the most dangerous intersection in all of Caldwell County. Notice all the school buses? Engineers who did the science to prove they were good spots to dig a big giant hole for a tower of trash destroyed the samples of the dirt, proving their own case. Makes it hard for anyone else to prove their numbers are garbage. In Waller County, citizens had to spend more than $1 million to help prove the science was wrong. Took years to even get on the property to do their own tests. It showed the dirt wasn't what was advertised. Surprise, surprise. The dump would have actually cut through the water table, an environmental disaster.
The recharge zone where they want to put this is over the single source aquifer for the county. It endangers the people's water wells. It endangers the water wells from the city of Hempstead.
It just seems like expecting people to keep their word when they sign on the dotted line seems like a basic kind of legal principle to me.
Sure, the TCEQ finally denied that permit, in part because local politicians got so mad.
State agencies must never reward bad behavior, and therefore I ask the Commission to issue another and final denial.
But what the TCEQ did next simply goes beyond incompetence. So let's call it negligence, because that's what it is. The very same thing was happening in the Green Group application for the dump on 130 in Caldwell County. Samples simply destroyed. Let's destroy the evidence.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
The TCEQ, they apparently didn't care. Green Group got their initial permit anyway.
The TCEQ failed, and their number one responsibility in this is to protect the health and safety of Texas, and they failed.
In Laredo, local politicians are arm in arm with citizens fighting the giant Pescadito dump planned by Rancho Viejo Waste Management. Who could blame them? The dump's owner, C.Y. Benavides, wants to make his neighbors in Laredo act as a dumping ground for Mexico's toxic coal ash. Webb County flood officials say it's smack dab in the middle of a flood zone. The TCEQ, they issued the permit anyway.
Glenn Schenkel, paid lobbyist for the dump developer.
Oh, did I mention the former executive director of the agency is now a high-paid lobbyist for Rancho Viejo? What a coincidence. Earl Lott is another TCEQ official, overseeing the scrutiny of all these dump applications.
In the wake of Hurricane Harvey, has TCEQ changed its review process for landfills that are in or near known floodplains?
No, ma'am.
Boy, that's reassuring.
Winds here are topping 100 kilometers an hour.
Do you require applicants to provide an updated floodplain study from a licensed professional engineer certifying that their proposed landfill site does not include a floodplain?
Well,
that's just a yes or no question.
No, ma'am.
You do not.
Last September, the Senate committee charged with watchdogging the TCEQ got a clear lesson that something is horribly wrong with the just trust me system.
You need to return those applications when you have clear rules already in place and you're not enforcing them and the applicants are no longer respecting them.
If you expected the committee to issue a report that got tough with the TCEQ, well, you'd forget. This is Texas. The final committee report came out right before the holidays. It simply ignores the dangers. Laredo's veteran state senator Judith Zaffarini, she was clearly not happy with the committee's recommendations. Quoting, particularly its lack of evaluation of proposals to ensure the TCEQ fulfills its statutory obligations and objectives. Look, I'm no big government guy, but I think it's time for the Texas legislature to actually pass laws to make those folks at the TCEQ actually follow their own rules and stop the cheaters from getting away with it. Like, why can't we punish garbage dump applicants who break serious rules more than once, use fake science, destroy records? Are you kidding me? Don't you think Green Group should be banned from the Texas dump business after the Waller County affair was exposed? Folks in Laredo are right to be worried that this guy showed up at one of their meetings about the Pescadito dump. He's Alfonso Cifuentes. He works the politicians for Green Group. The Senate committee report doesn't even recommend that TCEQ staff independently find someone to review the flooding potential in places like Laredo, where they want to put a dump, rather than take the garbage guy's word for it that everything is cool. The Caldwell County dump site is right next to a high-hazard dam. TCEQ rules don't even require an independent review of whether that should be a deal breaker. Too dangerous for a dump. Last time it flooded, the metal pipes taking pressure off the dam got twisted. Metal. Apparently the TCEQ doesn't care about that either.
TCEQ maintains a very robust permitting process for municipal solid waste landfills.
Sure you do. We went to TCEQ headquarters in Austin and looked at their nice sign out front. Maybe they should all remember what it actually says. Commission on Environmental Quality. Look, I'm no tree hugger, but it's time to change the name of the place maybe to something like, want a dump? Who cares where we put it?